Welcome, I'm Morris Mohammed and you're watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television. And these are the stories making headlines. Ministry of Education delivers accomplishments report to the House of Representatives. Previous Somali opponent politician returned to Somaliland. Queen Elizabeth II celebrates her 60-year anniversary. Ministry of Education Zamzam Abdi Adan clued the House of Representatives with a report on the recent accomplishments of her ministry.
The Minister of Education and Higher Studies Zamzam Abdi Adan provided a report to the House of Representatives about the achievement of her ministry while she was in office. The session of House of Representatives, chaired by the Speaker of House of Representatives Abdurrahman Mohammed Abdullahi Iro, the Chamber of House of Representatives listened to the information from the Ministry of Education and Higher Studies, Mrs. Zamzam, and the Ministry stated that she made strategies to optimizing the educational sectors of Somaliland. Zamzam Abdi Adam, the Minister of Education and Higher Studies, added the Ministry of Education had made a progress educational programs for girls. The Minister said that the Ministry began a program to develop the quality of the universities of Somaliland. The Minister also stated that donated educational scholarships are divided to society equally.
Professor Ahmed Ismail Samatar was welcomed warmly after his return to Somaliland that took 30 years. The professor was a previous opponent for the Somaliland case of sovereignty.
Professor Ahmed was one of the key opponents of Somaliland case of sovereignty and spent many years in neighboring nation Somalia in attempting to reunite the two nations, but seems to have returned to the Somaliland which originally his homeland, believing that Somaliland deserves to get its recognition internationally. After landing into Berbera International Airport, another plane took the professor to Egal International Airport, where he landed and was welcomed by a wide crowd that came to receive him at the airport, including community elders from Hargeisa, Bur'a, Borama and Gibile and Berbera. As soon as the Professor Ahmed Ismail Samatar stepped down from the plane, he bowed down and kissed the floor, thanking Allah and also as an expression of love to his hometown, which he was said to have been away from for 30 years.
Somaliland Road Authority received donation of 120 tank of cement from Omar International Company.
Omar International Company provided to Somaliland Road Authority building materials for the construction of road which connect to Kalabayd and Wachale. The donation ceremony was held in the Agency of Road Authority of Somaliland's headquarters. Within the ceremony, a couple of officials from both sides gave a speech from their perspective, including the manager of Omar International Company, Ali Mahmoud Bokore, said that this will be not the last donation we are willing to offer in order to contribute to the current development progress undergoing in Somaliland.
The month of June normally heralds the official arrival of summer, but parts of Central Europe find themselves struggling with floods. In the historic center of Prague, the mayor has warned residents may have to be evacuated from their homes if the river Vltava gets any higher. 300 soldiers are helping to build temporary barriers and pile sandbags around buildings. Another 2,000 are on standby. The Prime Minister has declared a state of emergency for most of the nation. At least 2 people have died and several others are missing. Patients have already been evacuated from a hospital under threat from the rise in water. Animals have also been rehoused from the city zoo. Southern and eastern Germany have also been affected. 3 rivers meet here at the city of Passau. Some have resorted to using boats to get around the streets. And in Austria, torrential rain has caused widespread flooding and landslides, forcing hundreds of people to leave their homes. Train lines have been closed in affected areas. Queen Elizabeth II has been celebrating 60 years since her coronation. The British monarch is spending the anniversary in private. A commemorative service will be held on Tuesday, where the young Elizabeth was crowned. Earlier this week, the Queen visited the London barracks of Lee Rigby, the soldier killed in a brutal attack in the UK capital last month that shocked the nation. The Queen was crowned on 2nd June 1953 at the age of 27. The coronation took place more than a year after Elizabeth acceded to the throne, to allow a period of mourning for her father, King George. 6 decades on a festival will be held in the grounds of Buckingham Palace in July to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's reign. Night fell on Turkey and tens of thousands of people took to the streets. This was the third night of fierce anti-government protest in the country. Istanbul's Besiktas neighborhood resembled a battleground as a standoff developed between protesters and police. Roads were sealed off around the Prime Minister Tayyip Erdogan's office as police used tear gas to push back the surging crowd. Stones, iron bars, and bottles were hurled in response. Firefighters dealt with a blaze at the offices of the ruling AK party in Turkey's third largest city, Izmir. Graffiti had been scrawled on walls and several windows of nearby buildings had been smashed. Several hundred people have been detained after police raided a shopping center in the capital Ankara, where demonstrators were sheltering. The protests were sparked by a violent police crackdown on a peaceful sit-in to prevent the redevelopment of a park in Istanbul, and have since spread around the country. Health officials say 484 protesters have been treated in hospital since Friday. And that's all the news. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.